Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now officially just 5 months away from its official release date by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio that is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is really going to be centered on the concept of family and how it's really going to be used and utilized in a way in order to really benefit the characters of Rey and KYLO Ren in this story, and exactly how they are going to grow as characters from start to finish of Episode 9. Now, by far, one of the most mysterious aspects of the sequel trilogy by far has all to do with Rey's lineage and exactly who her parents really are. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey traveling on her speeder and riding toward a large structure that is said to be built into a large canyon. It's described that eventually Rey opens the large doors that lead to the interior of the structure that is said to be her father's abandoned home, where Rey is said to climb up a series of stairs that lead to the top of the structure, where Rey is said to discover many Jedi and Sith relics that he has collected over the years. It's described that one description lists the large structure as the Force Renovator's Fortress. It said that Rey's father was known as the Force Renovator, one who would frequently visit the Lost City to keep it up to date by storing as much lore in the secret location as possible that few knew about. Though Rey's father is said to be a Force sensitive, it's described that having these Force sensitivities allowed himself as the Force Renovator to discover a star system in the unknown regions full of individuals with the potential to become new Jedi throughout his meditation. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why I find Rey's father as the Sith Renovator, or should I say the Force Renovator, very interesting for sure. Now, we do know that in Episode 9 there are also Sith Renovators that are going to be a part of the Land of the Forbidden. However, in the Lost City we have a thing called Force Renovators. Now, Force Renovators were said to be Force-sensitive individuals who are actually able to collect as much Jedi lore as possible and store them within the Lost City. Now, the fact that they are giving these characters different titles and names like this, different identities, if you will, to really make them sound interesting and to really give them a nice background story, right? A nice backstory, if you will, for his travels to the Lost City and to kind of set things up, you know, for the character of Rey before she travels there. You can really see what J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, and George Lucas are trying to do with Rey's father. Now, we do know one thing is that Rey's father is going to be important in this film, but not just himself necessarily. It's exactly who he's going to be connected to that's really going to make this film stand out. And there's a lot of hints and indicators that we have been going out, you know, over these past couple of months, give or take, that he could very well be the son of Obi-Wan Kenobi or maybe even somebody else for all we know. So with that being said, we do know that Rey's lineage is very important not just to JJ and Chris Terrio, but George Lucas himself. In case you guys were not informed, George Lucas was heavily involved in the rewriting process throughout the months of November and December, just last year of 2018, for many of the reshoots that are taking place as we speak right now, that are all going to end in September of this year. So you can really see how they're trying to treat the character of Rey in a different way in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker in comparison to how she was used, you know, I must add, to The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. So we do know that J.J. Abrams is trying his very hardest in order to mark this film down as the best of the sequel trilogy and to really make it a compelling story, to really make it a complex movie, and to show us that these characters really are evolving quite significantly from start to finish. Again, this movie is said to take place roughly 1 year after the events of The Last Jedi. That's basically the same exact thing between, of course, you know, Return of the Jedi and Empire. So you can see the big parallel there that J.J. Abrams pulled from. So, you know, Rey's father being called the Force Renovator and actually being able to sense these Force-sensitive individuals all the way from the unknown regions, and that's how he discovered this new world that's full of individuals that are very Force-sensitive and hold the potential to become new Jedi. That really is a nice and direct callback to the world of Ossus in the expanded universe, where Luke and Palpatine were very interested in that world because of the Force sensitives that it actually held. And Luke Skywalker had a great interest in Legends of going there, and he eventually did. So what I like about this, though, is that you can really see that they're drawing a lot from Legends. They're really also introducing new ideas into the story to really make it, I guess you could say, surrounded by the mythology of Star Wars. You know, we do know that the war is going to be a big focus in this movie as well, but the mythology of it all, we're talking about the Force, the Jedi, the Sith, whatever this new order is going to be by Rey, all those different things are really going to be a big focus as well, and I'm really proud that J.J. Abrams decided to go through that route for Episode 9's itself. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.